Never.
Twisters premieres Saturday, March 1st, 9 p.m. on HBO.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe.
Hello, this is the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister James Marape has called on Papua New Guineans, both leaders and their people, to cease supporting and encouraging ethnic division. Instead, PNG should be creating safe spaces for its people. His call comes as PNG prepares to observe the 4th anniversary of the death of Great-Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare. Sir Michael, the founding father of the nation, passed on the 26th of February 2021. This Wednesday, the nation will take a public holiday to reflect on his leadership and selflessness in uniting a nation separated by diverse culture, tradition, and language. On this occasion, Marape has made a strong call to every leader and his people to promote unity and to stop supporting or encouraging ethnic division that spark animosity and disharmony. In preparation of Sir Michael's 4th death anniversary, Marape said PNG must also honor other pioneer leaders who have passed on. The late Sir Julius Chen, Sir Mekere Morauta, Sir Rabi Namaliu, and the many unsung heroes of Sir Michael's generation who played vital roles in shaping the country. Central Governor Rufino Pita has called on relevant authorities, including police and parliamentarians, to get their facts right before releasing statements to the media. Peter was responding to countless press statements distributed to the media following the rape and murder of late Margaret Gabriel in Baruni in the Mosby Northwest electorate recently. She claims statements issued were not verified and the public have been misinformed.
It is so important that police, in undertaking their duties, report based on evidence and facts. The leaders that we met in this room from the Goilala community of Baruni are equally wanting justice to be served for the perpetrators of that crime. I'm disappointed that the members that they have mandated to represent them in Parliament have not come to their aid to understand and hear their stories.
The 2025 Media Education Seminars began with the animators' formation on February 22nd in Port Moresby. Under the coordination of Father Ambrose Pereira, Social Communications Coordinator, this gathering marked the start of a series of media education seminars, a new collaboration between local NGO The Voice Inc. TVI led to the first meeting of animators held at the Dream Hub. Discussions focused on the roles and expectations of animators and student participants and how schools can leverage media to spread positive and inspiring messages, the need to be critical consumers of media, and the potential integration of media literacy into the curriculum. Father Ambrose stressed the importance of using media wisely, urging the animators to guide young people in critically evaluating the content they consume and share online. The first media education seminar takes place 1st March at St. Charles Lwanga Secondary School in Port Moresby. A sculpture recognizing the emotional burden of war is providing a place for those affected to grieve and commemorate. The piece, titled "For Every Drop Shed in Anguish," was unveiled a year ago at the Australian War Memorial, symbolizing the blood, sweat and tears shed by veterans and their families. Heartfelt handwritten notes are among the tributes being left by loved ones.
I miss your smile, that cheeky glint in your eye, your sense of humour every day.
This sculpture, "For Every Drop Shed in Anguish," was designed to recognise the impact on those who serve in and out of uniform.
Veterans and families came to the memorial and said, we don't feel like there's a place for us here at the memorial, especially those that had lost someone to suicide.
In the year since it was officially dedicated, the sculpture has served as a place of memory and tribute.
I don't think we'd predicted or anticipated that there would be such personal acts of tribute, very specifically, photographs and even medals.
Letters, cards, pictures and medals placed beneath universal headstones to grief and suffering.
And saw more tributes put around the work. It really hit me in the heart. And it was the first time I actually shed a tear around the work.
Items left at the sculpture have now been entered into the National Collection at the War Memorial.
You can't just leave them there because they're not going to age well. That won't be a good reflection of the intent that they were left with. But you can't throw them out. And you also don't know who left them.
The piece contains 18 marble droplets representing the blood, sweat and tears shed by veterans and their families. At ground level, the stones are smooth and cool to the touch, and visitors are encouraged to interact with the work. The design providing an alternative shrine of remembrance at the memorial.
It was wonderful to see it has been taken up as a place of ritual, that people can pay tribute, that can have a private moment in a very public space like this.
10 years have passed and the grief and pain is still as new today as it was then.
A contemporary place of recognition and remembrance.
Young artists reflecting on the challenges of growing up have put their works on show for a new exhibition in Darwin. From Arnhem Land to Central Australia, Exit Art shows off the creative talent of recent Year 12 graduates across the Northern Territory.
Reflections on identity, culture and emotional journeys with the kind of honesty only a teenager can convey.
I was born in Sri Lanka, but I moved to Australia when I was 1. So I didn't really get to experience a lot of traditional Sri Lankan cultures, but it's still important to me, so I kind of wanted to express that.
Ashani Senaroth's self-portrait is among the works chosen for this exhibition from recent high school graduates in Darwin.
Viewing yourself through a mirror, as a reflection, so without filters or without a cover or something covering your true self.
The works have been created by art and design graduates from 11 high schools, from Darwin and Palmerston to North East Arnhem Land and Central Australia.
Most teenagers, that's the hardest, emotional time, I would say, which it wasn't too bad for me, but I have a very supportive family. So then I made a tropical poho, which I had a lot growing up, and it's sort of rotting to just decaying as if my childhood is slowly disappearing, which is pretty sad.
Other themes include the destruction of the natural world, crafted from torn-up pieces of environmental law, battles with mental health, and a desperation to leave home and explore the world.
Not only are these kids incredibly talented artists, they are so articulate about how they express their art, the feelings and emotions behind their art and why they've created these works.
A glimpse at the world through young eyes and an unmistakable Northern Territory lens.
Pacific Islanders living in the United States fear sudden removal from loved ones, jobs and their adopted home as Donald Trump pursues a crackdown against migrants who do not have valid visas or who have criminal records. Pacific Island governments also say a wave of deportations threatens to overwhelm their under-resourced law enforcement authorities, which are already struggling to reintegrate criminals deported from the U.S. Among those governments, Tonga has hopes to renegotiate a reprieve with U.S. officials. Experts agree the Pacific isn't equipped to deal with the problem and say there's a need for more cooperation between the region's NGOs, community groups and churches to find ways to reintegrate larger numbers of deportees from the U.S. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement data showed Fiji had the highest number of Pacific people marked for deportation with 353, followed by Tonga with 151, Samoa 57, and the Marshall Islands 39. It's been confirmed that Lee Lipids and PNG Kumul's hooker Edwin Ipape has signed a 6-year contract extension with the English club ending in the 2031 season. Leopards broke this news Sunday, putting an end to speculations of recent months that the PNG representative player is considering a move to the Australia's NRL. Following this massive announcement, Ipape said in a short video released by the club, is happy at the club. He said the coaching staff is doing a great job and club is heading in the right direction. The Leopards hooker said this contract extension gives him stability in the Super League.
Derek and Lammy and Chezzy and them, they're doing for the town and for the sport, I guess. When Leopards are doing well, Super League's doing all right. So that's the thing. Like we're putting on a show here at the moment. So I think that where the club's heading, I think it's heading in the right direction. So that's the main thing. And also it gives me a bit of stability and clarity on what I wanted to do. And I think my family's happy here. I'm happy also. So what more?
And that ends the news update. Do join us at 6 tonight for the main bulletin.